Yes, what's good, everybody? Quick shit vid. Jump straight into it. There's quite a bit to talk about. Not been here for a few days. Not a lot to talk about, to be fair, but some interesting stuff. So it's looking like Raphinha is definitely off, or certainly there's talks that he won't be signing another contract. So there's 2 more years left with us if we were to hold on to him. But Arsenal, it's just been put on Sky Sports News, to be fair, that they are 100%, well, not 100%, but looking likely to make at least an offer. So it got me thinking, really. So they're on about getting Gabriel Jesus out there, who plays for Man City up top, who actually had a decent season this year. And he's obviously, well, he were getting in over Firmino at one point for Brazil and stuff. I'm not too sure if he still does. Although Firmino barely plays for Liverpool now. But anyway, that's a totally different ramble. But Man City apparently want 50. They valued him at 50 million if he were to go to Arsenal. So it just got me thinking, really, how much you'd get for Raf to go to Arsenal. I do think he wants to go, but Simon Jordan said on radio today that we'd have to demand top money, today's top money. He said so, and whatever they offer, we should ask for more. So if they ask for 50 million, you ask for 70. If they ask for 70, if they offered 70, you ask for 80. But with Jesus valued at 50, they're both same age. Gabriel Jesus is, I know they're playing different positions, but he's proven at a top club. Although not completely setting it on fire, has he? But, he's also had people like Aguero inside and, then the play with false 9 and all that. But obviously, Haaland's come in and you would imagine he's going to play up top for him. So 50 million is probably about right for Jesus, but it's hard to tell, really. It's hard to think, I think. It's hard to think, I think, in general, but just about this topic in particular. Who'd make a bigger difference to Arsenal, really? Although Arsenal have lost Aubameyang and Lacazette, they've signed Nikita or Nketiah. He's signed another contract, so they're keeping on to him. So Jesus would be his competition, really. So it's difficult. I think what it is even at 50 million, Jesus isn't as valuable to Man City as Raphinha is to Leeds. So if we were to lose Raphinha, that's a huge hit for us. So really, value-wise, it goes up there, doesn't it? So it has to eclipse Jesus, really. Because 50 million for Jesus is probably about right, but it's also verging on expensive when you imagine they've just got Haaland for fucking 61 million or whatever it was. So for 11 more million, they've got potentially one of the best strikers in the world in comparison to Jesus, who is absolutely quality. But is he? Do you know what I mean? It's really difficult. I think Raf's got more potential than Jesus, even though they're the same age. I think he could go on an extra level. You don't really know what you could get out of Raf. But the same aspect, you don't really know. You know exactly what you're getting out of Jesus. So Raf could drop off, really. It's really, really difficult to say. If you were to flip it and say Jesus played for Leeds, how important, how valuable would have he been last year for us? And that's equally just as hard to say, because Raf's got to perform in, well, we were shit last year, wasn't he? So, he had to perform in extremely difficult circumstances and still kind of did. He went up and down like they all did last year. But, and then we didn't have the same players playing. We had a lot of injuries which will have affected him. Ayling and him always had a pretty good relationship, didn't they? Where, Ayling sits back and stuff. It's tricky. So what are your thoughts? I reckon, really, if Jesus is going for 50 million, you could not take any less than 50 million, really. Even though I think Jesus is awesome. I'm not knocking the 50 million price tag for Jesus. It's tough. It's difficult to work out. What's everybody saying? How much would you want for him? I think 60 million. If they offered 50 and go in at 60 and you got 60, you'd have to just take that. Providing we don't lose Phillips as well. I think then wait a year, build with the 60 mil. But then the panic is that you don't know that they're looking to recoup some money with what they've already spent. That's my main worry. So they know that they're going to lose one of them. So, is that recouping the money and then that don't get reinvested? They've already invested it to suggest that, to try and keep the play. I don't know. It's tricky. You don't really know what board they're up to, so it's hard to say. And then there's that, well, he plays for Chelsea, but that Broja, that centre forward, he's played 32 games, scored 6 goals for Southampton last year. He was on loan from Chelsea. Apparently West Ham have gone in for him as well, but they want 30 million for him. And he's only 20 to be fair, but he's a big strong lad, he's massive, like 6'2.5" or 6'3". Obviously good in air and stuff, strong, and a bit of a target man really. Similar in some aspects to Bamford really. So, but I think 30 million is quite strong. Again, when we've just valued Jesus at 50. I don't know, but he's only 20, and you don't really know. But if Chelsea do that a lot, don't Chelsea make a lot out of loaning people out and then getting rid of them for ludicrous amounts of money, and then fucking buying them back for ludicrous amounts of money, and then they come back and they cack. But yeah, it's a quick roundup. I'll just quickly go over fixtures because I've just been having another look. It's quite a good start for us, really. Wolves, Southampton, Chelsea, Brighton, Everton, Brentford, Notts Forest, and then Scum, Villa, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. So really, in there, there's always some difficult fixtures. But, there's a lot of points for us to go at there. Obviously, if you cancel third week out with Chelsea, Wolves, Southampton, Brighton, Everton, Brentford, Notts Forest, and then into Scum. So there's only first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In first 10 fixtures, there's only what you'd class as like massive sides, like Scum and, well, I won't class them as a big side, but you get the drift. Scum and Chelsea. And then obviously got difficult fixtures like Everton, Wolves, Southampton. But they're all tricky fixtures, aren't they? In Premierships, in Premier League. So, but I think that's quite a good start for us, really. So who knows, by 15th of October, we might be in a better position. We might have got more points on board than we did the whole of last year. So, but yeah, that's a quick shit vid. If you want to support us, all my music and shit is below. Type in JackCity Games into YouTube and you will find me. Go leave us a comment. I appreciate each and every one of you. Nice one. It's been a glorious day for the past few days. So be kind to yourselves. In a bit.
Promises, you do you and all to me, that's just the way it is. Don't wanna ever feel surprises, why I ask no